All right, let's have a look at what this one is. The first term in a geometric sequence is 200 and the sum of the first four terms is 324.8. Find the common ratio. And we've got the mark scheme there, but let's just have a look. So the first four terms are u1 times r, u1 times r squared, and u1 times r cubed. And when I add them all together, that's equal to 324.8, and that's great, but does it really help us? The first term is 200, so even subbing in the 200, what do I get now? This is 200 plus 200 times r plus 200 times r squared plus 200 times r cubed equals 324.8. And whilst this is something you could solve on your calculator, that's not the sort of thing you'd be expecting to be able to solve without a calculator, is it? So doing it that way would work fine, and you'd be able to get somewhere with that. The alternate way of doing is, of course, we know the sum of the first four. When we're doing the sum of the first n terms of a geometric sequence, remember it's u1, 1 minus r to the power of n over 1 take r. Whoops, I put my bracket in the wrong place there, didn't I? Let's fix that one up. 1 minus r to the power of n divided by 1 minus r. So you could have done it that way as well, and in that case we would have had 200 1 minus r to the power of 4 divided by 1 minus r equals 324.8. Probably still not the nicest one to try and do without a calculator, but we could see if we could do it, because I've got my favourite rule in maths up there, and that might get me somewhere. I'm still going to end up with a cubic though. I'm basically going to end up with a cubic, and you can see there they do that. Then they're just expecting you to write down the answer. So there's not an easy way of doing it without your calculator. Let's get our calculator out and actually try it though. I've got one here somewhere. That's hopefully, yep, that's popped up in the middle of our screen, so that's good. How could I do it if I was doing a calculator one? Well, I'd just plot this equation first, or either equation really. Let's do the first one. 200 plus 200x plus 200x squared plus 200x cubed, and that's just an easier way of writing x cubed without having to type it all out. That could be the first one, and the second one could be 324.8. Now to make sure I'll be able to see it, I go to my viewing window. Whoa, didn't want to do that. Delete that one. Shift. Oh, I've got to get out of that first, then it will let me do it. There's my viewing window. No, it's still not letting me do it. Enter. There, for some reason it didn't want to work. Well, we only want x to go from 0 up to, what could it possibly go up to? I don't know. Have a guess. Let's make it 30. I'm sure it will be much less than that. Scale can be 5. Doesn't really matter what the scale is. The y minimum will be 0. Obviously, I want to go up to 324.8 for my y value, so let's just maybe make it up to 350. See if that helps at all. Draw that, and we can't see it because I've gone way too far with my x values. Change my viewing window. Let's bring those x's back to 5. See if that helps at all. And there we go. We can see it much more nicely now, can't we? See if you make a mistake, if you're not sure what that intercept should be, just back it off a little bit. G-solve, where do they intersect? ISCT, and x equals 0.4. That would work. That would be your answer, and you can see that's the answer they got over here. So here, correct substitution, 1 mark. Attempting to solve when 324.8, that was your other mark, so any of those would have been fine. Getting the answer, you're expected to use your calculator to get there. There's not a nice, easy way of doing it otherwise. So you won't get anything that nasty tomorrow. By the way, I hope that helps. We will see you for your exam. Ciao.